Look at this face. I know the years are showing. Look at this life. I still don't know where it's going. I don't know much, but I love you. And let me be all I need. No.
I don't know. You're sort of pitchy.
But nothing's okay, 'cause it's in the voice I'm having now. Go ahead and kick it.
Hey out there, and happy Thursday!
Woo! Thursday.
Welcome to this romping, stomping, root, toot, rip, roaring good time that is Fraternized with these guys. Welcome to the Big 3-0, the Dirty 30 edition of this juggernaut of entertainment and silliness. Nothing?
I got nothing. I was enjoying the wordplay going on there. It was just a nice little wordgasm.
Well, we're glad you have taken time out of your busy schedule to grace us with your lovable, audible presence.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to them.
Oh, well, they're welcome too.
Well, I will say, just to start off,
Uh-huh.
it's almost the 4th of July,
Well,
and apparently Lubbock, Texas is like the most patriotic place in the country.
well, I don't necessarily think it has to do with Lubbock, Texas, but your proximity to a trailer park in America, and then you got fireworks. Man, I've had fireworks popping off in my neighborhood for going on probably a month and a half now.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for reals.
Well, you're saying it's kind of like quintessential America, but it sounds like Afghanistan out there.
It really does. So we had actually talked to kind of pre-record. This started popping off, literally popping off.
Yep.
Outside and scared the crap out of the old Pinewood over here.
Yeah, I was like, I thought I was back in Albuquerque for a minute. We used to play the game, guess if that's fireworks or gunshots.
Fireworks or gunshots.
And spoiler alert, it's gunshots. Even around the 4th, it was usually gunshots.
Yeah. So we're gonna have you guys play a game with us. So you're more than welcome to join. Anytime you're actually able to hear fireworks or gunshots, it's up to you to determine which one it is.
That's right.
I'll let you know it's probably fireworks.
Just for tonight, though. In the future,
just for tonight. For future, it's still probably fireworks because they do this for about 6 months out of the year.
3 months on either side of the 4th of July.
That is exactly. Well, no.
And don't forget New Year's.
You got a month before, a month after, and then for 4th of July, and then the same thing for New Year's.
Okay, all right. So good solid 6-7 months.
6-7 months of fireworks popping off out here. So.
Well, good deal.
Oh well, my wife would disagree.
So the game is, if you hear one,
take a drink.
You got a drink.
Yes.
And
Dirty 30 it up, man.
I can't think of a better way to start Dirty 30 than with a great firework drinking game.
I can't disagree with you. I think this is the best way, and I think we're probably going to get tooted on it.
Well, some of us might.
Well, I'm a champion, so
right.
I probably won't.
Okay, I'll sip on the water or something over
Have
here.
a little sipsies.
Once I'm done with one beer, I don't know.
You call it quits.
Yeah, because I think it's going to go down pretty quick if we stick to this game.
Well, I don't know. It actually kind of sounds like it might be sprinkling.
Yeah,
so hopefully,
maybe the rain will drive those guys off.
I've actually been blessed on the last couple of years because it has legit just come a turd floater.
Yeah.
On 4th of July. So I got to sleep really good those days.
Can we recognize how great of a saying it
came
like
turd floater?
Floating? That is a fantastic saying. I think the first time I heard that, my aunt said that driving through Colorado on the way to vacation. She's like, "Oh yeah, it came a turd floater." I'm like, what?
Do what?
A turd floater?
What the hell?
Where are you living?
Oh, back where that is. You talk when you don't even have to touch your lips together.
Ed.
Oh, Edge jail.
Well, we're excited, and like I said, number 30, we're just rolling right along here, and we got some new updates or not updates, but upgrades to our reaching potential. Mm-hmm. And so we've got Discord that's been going for a little bit.
Yep.
But we're going to continue to try to build that, maybe add some new categories. We're not real sure, but go to Discord, check that out. Now, explain to folks that don't have a Discord or use it, you have to be invited to that page. Is that right?
Not anymore. I've got it set up. If you go to the website, www.fwtgpodcast.com, at the very top in the header, you'll see we've got quick hyperlinks, and you can highlight over it. I think we got our Pinterest because we now have a Pinterest.
Okay, yeah, that's thanks to the wife, right?
Yeah, thanks to the wife. She got that set up. But you can scroll over to Discord. If you click on that, as long as you got Discord logged in, it'll automatically send you a request to that channel.
Gotcha.
So you should be good to go, man.
All right, great. When we also have a kind of in tandem with Discord, a Twitch account.
Which
was a spur of the moment thing.
Yeah, we started that, I guess it was last week, maybe?
Yeah, but it's been fun.
Something like that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We've been trying to do something a little more social to get some of the listeners involved. So especially the guys that are in Discord, because we've got some pretty active members on Discord, and we had talked about getting Twitch going to where we could actually stream a video game,
right,
and play with them.
Right.
So the game of choice over the last week has been Smite,
right,
and I believe we got you on it just the other night too.
Yeah, and I am terrible.
Yes, you are.
I mean, like, really bad.
But you started from the bottom.
Literally.
Now you're here.
Yeah.
You hadn't gone up much. You started from the bottom. That's the
Started
only way
from
to
the bottom.
go.
Now I'm one step off the bottom.
So yeah, the Twitch channel is a lot of fun. You can find us over on Twitch. It's FWTG Podcast.
Nice.
Pretty much everything we're going to ever have is going to be FWTG Podcast.
Continuity, bro.
Yeah, but you got to make it easy for the dumb Toms and the Karens.
Yeah, well, we made it pretty simple.
Well, as long as they don't remember that one, especially the Toms, I'd be fine with the Toms and Karens forgetting it.
Well,
but everybody else,
if some Toms come and play, maybe I could actually get some kills.
Well,
in Smite,
that is a possibility.
We'll see.
So now, if you guys want to join us, I think we're going to attempt to do Thursday evenings.
Okay.
Where we jump in on the Discord channel, and if we're already full up on a game and you just want to sit there and listen to us and chick-chack with us, jump on in it, man. We would love to have you.
It's fun. We enjoys it.
It's a lot of fun, I tell you what.
Back in the doghouse.
Oh, we are in the doghouse, aren't we?
And gonna kind of stay in the doghouse for most of the summer here.
Yeah.
But we're thinking might be changing up some things on our travel schedules.
Yeah.
If you don't know, we do have to travel to make these episodes happen.
That is correct.
And we try to knock out 2 at a time.
Uh-huh.
And we're getting to a place where we feel like that's not going to cut it anymore.
We've got a lot of work that goes into these things.
Yep. More than you'd think, as silly as they are.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we're not good enough yet to just sit down and do it. Which it takes a little bit of prep work.
Sure.
So we'll be recording a little bit on the farm, maybe a couple of weeks out of the month, and down here a couple of weeks out of the month.
I mean, I will say, I don't have a problem recording in the doghouse when it's this cool in here.
Oh, it feels great.
This is a gorgeous day.
Who would have thought a legit cold front, not a cool front, like we
cold
went
front,
30 degrees.
Yeah.
In July.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's beautiful. I love it.
I like it too. The moisture's been good, and
moisture.
I'll take it.
That's Ashley's favorite word is moist.
Really?
So
we should say that more often.
Moist.
Moisture.
We love you, Ashley.
Is moisture as bad as just moist?
I think if you could say moister than an oyster, that'll really get her up chucking.
All right. Well, good to know on that. So we got a lot of stuff going on. We appreciate you guys being around. And briefly, I just want to briefly mention this because I don't want to harp on it, but our life shippers and our new category, the Hidden Brethren, we have taken the 413ers out. We've retired that term. and replaced it with the Hidden Brethren. They now have access to our brand new podcast that
Yes.
just released yesterday
Yes.
for Patreon subscribers only.
Yep. And it is called The Hidden Revival.
And we're on the way to being very proud of it.
Yes.
It's lagging a little bit out of the gate, but we'll get there.
It is our ugly stepchild.
For now.
For now. It hasn't graduated and got a degree and become Bill Gates yet.
That's right.
But as soon as it does, man, we're going to be right there behind it.
Yeah, that ugly stepchild will be able to take care of us in our golden years when we're in the nursing home.
Yes. Yes. So
I very much look forward to. So we're going to live across the street from each other when we get older.
Uh-huh.
We're going to sit on the porch. We're going to yell at one another and yell at kids to get off the grass.
Of course.
Okay. Now we're going to get too senile, and our kids are going to have to take us out of that and put us in a nursing home. We're going to have like the room across from each
Across
other.
from each other. So funny story.
We'll just sit inside with the door open and like yell at each other and bang our canes up against the wall.
I love it. It's a funny story. I was doing a service call at a nursing home a couple weeks back, and I was walking down the hallway with the maintenance guy. He was taking me to the room that had some issues, and he flags down one of the cleaning ladies and goes, "Hey, can you go over?" I forget his name. He's across the way. I think it's Mr. Such and Such. And she goes, "Oh, yeah, what do you need me to do?" Well, over here, Mr. Earl over here, he says that he needs you to clean his window because every day he tries to go open his window and flip Mr. Bobby off, and he can't see because his windows is too dirty. So he asked me to ask you if you would clean his windows, please.
Ever so kindly.
Ever so kindly.
So I can give him a big
Just-
F you
just give him
every
the
day.
bird. I was like, yeah, that is totally me and Pinewood right there.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll still be doing the Hidden Revival even then.
Hey, well, we're definitely gonna be paying our $20 a month because
Right.
we got to keep them the seats.
Yeah, we got to keep them occupied.
Yeah, that's right.
If the life ship goes down, well, humanity's doomed.
Oh, man, I hate to see that. Hate to see that outcome.
Me too. All right, well, how about let's slip into our flagship, a little Libations Library.
Yeah. Libations!
Hit it, BZ.
All right. So, our Libations library this week is coming from a two-peater. It's the second beverage that we've had from these guys.
Okay, all right.
This is coming in from the Rar and Sons Brewing Company.
I think if it's two, you can just call them a repeat.
Oh, I like a two-peater.
I bet you do.
That's what she said. A two-peter.
We walked right into that, bro. Right into that one. We practiced
mouth
that.
agape and everything.
Gah.
Gar.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said anything. Go right ahead.
So, Rar Brewing, Rar and Sons Brewing Company, and it is the Paleta de Mango. It is a mango chili beer with lime.
Nice.
You like that little Spanish flair?
Nicole will be happy.
I hope so.
She probably won't be.
Well,
She
that's
will
fair.
probably criticize, but
I feel like I really nailed mango.
it felt good to me.
It felt great.
Felt good
to me.
You know, I'm a skinny white kid, but still, I'm just saying. You know, I like
Right. I'm with you. So if you want to check this beer out, you can go to their website, rarbrewing.com, and that is RAHR brewing.com.
These are
And
Fort Worth boys, right?
yes, they are from Fort Worth. And this one, the Paleta de Mango,
Nice.
is a mango chili beer. It is 5 ABV. And the website says palate pleasing, juicy, and tropical flavors of ripe mango, fresh lime. Oh, man, this is going to be a tough one.
Okay.
And Mexican Pekin chilies. Saludos.
It's close enough for me.
I think they misspelled pecan because I want to say it with my my Texican quang. Pekin.
Bacon?
It's Pequin. Pekin. Pecking? That's a pecking right there.
Pecan sounds right to me.
You got one of them pecking trees out there?
Pecking trees.
You ever had a pecking pie, around Thanksgiving? This is my favorite. A pecking pie with a little
gotta
pumpkin.
eat that dead pecking tree so I can do some smoking.
Do some smoking.
That's probably more Texan than the peckin' chili.
Well, probably so. I'm
maybe
hoping it's
not.
pecking. I don't know.
Maybe we're just entirely ignorant because in my world,
That is fair.
there's two types of chilies. There's a jalapeno, which nobody considers a chili, but it is.
Yep.
And then there's a green chili. That's
Well,
it.
what's a green chili?
It's a pepper, but it's part of the chili family.
So you only recognize two peppers,
Not two peppers, two chilies.
two chilies.
Everything else to a Texan is just a pepper.
Well,
You got banana peppers, you got little hot peppers, you got the little red peppers, you got the little
You got the
scrunchy
little
peppers, you got the orange
you got the
peppers.
habanero peppers.
See, we don't even say habanero. We're like the little scrunchy orange ones.
the little ones that'll ruin your day.
Yeah, those little fireball peppers.
Little fireball peppers. Oh yeah.
That's all we got.
Well, fair enough.
So
I guess I'm refined in that way too, though.
apparently so. Well, are we gonna crack into this?
Let's do it, man.
All right, let's have at it.
You like a gamble, I tell you how you mad. You win some, you lose some, it's all the same to me.
Ding 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 ding.
Pleasure is to play,
Huh.
what you say.
Okay, read the description one more time.
Palate pleasing, juicy, and tropical flavors of ripe mango, fresh lime, and Mexican Pekin chilies.
Okay. It is pleasing to the palate in a way of maybe.
It's very citrusy.
Okay.
I get the citrus.
Yes. It's not in your face.
No, it's not.
It's subtle. Mm-hmm. And the chili flavor, unfortunately, is just not there.
I don't get it, and I was really hoping there was a little chili on the end of that. I may have to go in the house and go grab some tahini.
Now I do get a touch of your chili oil sensation on the back end, right before the fruit finish. I do get it, but it's so slight.
Yeah,
I wish there was more.
yeah. I want a little, oof,
Yep, it's
a
just
little jalapeno bite on it.
I do too. It's not quite enough. Now I've had some green chili beer from New Mexico.
Uh-huh.
The beer was not great,
Right,
but the chili flavor was on
amazing.
point.
Yeah,
If you could combine these and have the wonderful tropical flavor here, and
with that
combine,
hatch.
yeah,
Yeah.
with that just, it's a nice tingling. Like you think it's going to be really hot, but
Right.
it goes away quick.
But it's just, and you get good flavor, pepper flavor.
Yep, and
Yeah.
I miss it.
I don't get any pepper. That's, I mean,
So I do get
if I get any, it's so subtle. It's not even really noticeable.
And I will say, maybe something is you can eat stuff that a lot hotter than I can.
Right.
So maybe my taste buds are
Picking it up.
maybe because I'm kind of a weakling. It's bad whenever your wife can eat hotter foods than you.
Yeah.
It's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, it is.
But we just don't talk about it very much.
Well, now we're going to.
Well, when you marry a Mexican, that's probably bound to happen.
Yeah,
You know,
well-
it's a pretty good shot.
Fair enough.
She's gonna be able to eat hotter stuff.
I would hope so.
Yes. So I like the beer. It's just not quite.
As advertised.
Yeah, it's not quite what I it's not what I expected.
Yeah.
I expected a little bit more. And you would assume that the chili would be easier to put into the beer than the rest of it.
I would think so, but I'm wondering if it's not, because to me, what it tastes like is just a really good Mexican beer.
Okay.
Maybe with a little bit of a fruit twist to it, because I don't even really get just a heavy mango flavor either.
Agreed. It's
more of a
also
limey, more of the limey side of things.
Okay.
But and that's why it reminds me a lot of just like a Dos Equis or
Do you have to say it like that?
Dos Equis.
Just Dos
I don't
Equis.
always drink beer, but when I do, I drink Dos Equis.
So I heard that guy
Uh-huh.
is a complete and total arsehole
Really?
in real life. Yeah. So
Huh.
I can't remember what I was listening to another podcast, and it was a call in, And he said, we met this guy in Florida, and we had some drinks with him, and we gave him some cigars, and like wanted to spend some time with him or whatever. And he was just a complete and total jerk the whole night, and not just to them, but like to everybody that was there.
Well, I guess when you're the most interesting man in the world, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, apparently so. I would assume if you're that interesting, you would be at least somewhat
Sociable.
enjoyable to be around. Somebody gives you a gift, you at least say thank you.
You at least smoke it with them.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. All right, any ideas on ranking for this guy?
I feel like I want a low C.
Okay.
I'm feeling a 72 on this guy.
Okay. All right, I'm going to come in right at a 74.
74, huh? All right then.
And again, it's not a bad beer.
No,
It's
not
not
at
one
all.
of those beers that I would look at in the fridge if it was all that was in there and be like, I guess. I look forward to drinking more.
Yeah,
in the
it
future.
is. It's most certainly a summer beer.
Yeah, for sure.
This is a good beer substitute for like one of your typical domestics.
Yep, I would agree with that.
And it's on the same price point.
Correct.
So
And that's something I think that if we don't harp on it enough, I think we need to more. You can get quality beer at the same
price, yeah.
You don't have to drink Bud Light the rest of your life. You just don't have to. There's so many options out there.
yes.
So many better options out there.
Just like your stocks portfolios, get out there and diversify.
Diversify a little bit. And trust me, those are not blue chip stocks. Just because it's a blue can, not a blue chip stock.
You don't go in wholehearted.
Yeah. All right. Well, good libations. Anything you want to add to that?
Man, I'm really disappointed in the chili. I really wish there was more chili.
I do too.
That's why I think what I might try and do here after we get this episode done is we'll crack another one, and I will go into the house and I'll grab some tahini and see what that tastes like. I bet that may ramp it up a whole new level.
Okay. All right. Why don't you get that, and then I'll grab like a hot chili packet from Domino's, like pizza chilies.
The crushed red peppers?
Yeah, crushed red peppers. I'll put it there.
Oh, shit, I got that in the house too.
Crushed red chili.
Oh, crushed. Oh, just chili because it's not. You don't recognize it as a pepper, right?
No longer peppers.
All right.
I've adopted the chili
So it's
culture.
strictly just chili.
Nothing.
No
peppers.
peppers?
No more. No.
What about
no
salt?
mas?
Is it salt and chili?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. From now on.
I like it. I like it.
Let's do a little 4 questions. 4 questions. We have got to change that intro.
Well, that's on. We changed that intro.
I know.
In like episode 8 or 9.
Probably earlier than that.
And you lost it somewhere in the nether.
Well, we'll have to redo it. The most aggravating part is if you listen to it, I open my mouth before I talk, and it makes this little smack noise. It just gripes me to no end every time I hear it.
Well,
Maybe I'm being too...
analytical.
No, something like that. It's funny is nobody noticed that until now, and every time now they listen to it, they're going to be like, yeah,
Oh, he really does do that.
awful.
What a D-bag.
How unprofessional. All right, first question, I believe, is Mr. Beezy's.
Yeah. Let's take the first one. This was a great one. This is coming in from Mike.
Okay.
Mike says, I have procrastinated so much to the point that I just expect myself to procrastinate and tell myself that I'm never going to change. What can I do?
Apparently, he doesn't need to do anything.
Well, here's my perspective on it. Don't even worry about it. Just push it off till tomorrow and then work on it tomorrow. There's a wise man once told me, why do today what you could do tomorrow?
Makes sense.
I mean,
And apparently, he's pretty well versed in that particular ethos.
ethos?
Yeah.
The ethos?
Yeah, ethos.
Ethos.
Whatever.
Come on now. Study
Yeah.
your wordage.
Potato, tomato.
I mean, parrots and carrots, whatever. Beans, beans, parrots, and carrots.
So, I feel his pain. I'm
Yeah.
a bit of a procrastinator myself. And my
I'm
wife would say, I'm going to call shenanigans on that. My wife would say mostly it comes out in chores.
What are those?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
It's the proverbial to-do list that is always a to-do list because you never do anything on the list.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we even have the ongoing list on the refrigerator that you're supposed to cross
Just
out.
cross it out.
Yeah, but there's nothing crossed out. Like, it's always there.
Oh, you don't worry. You'll be reminded.
Yeah, and I wish she didn't have to. She didn't feel like she had to remind me all the time. I'll get it done. Usually a 6-month swing,
Yeah.
but it gets done
You
eventually.
just gotta give us time. I gotta recuperate.
Last year, she was on me the whole summer to mow the grass. Mow the grass, mow the grass, mow the grass, mow the grass. Well, the first freeze came, and I didn't have to mow the grass.
Yeah, grass is dead.
done.
It doesn't mow itself.
It was fine. He just went out there and it just kind of fell over.
You just gotta take your the burbs
Yeah, I
and just run some donuts around, and you just mowed it, and you saved gas and time.
think of all the wasted time that I would have spent behind a lawnmower in the summer, burning gas,
Yeah.
affecting the atmosphere, making my
Hurting
sinuses.
your health.
Yeah, I mean, it's a no-win
The
situation.
nerve.
And if she just would have waited, would have been perfectly fine.
That's so we've got the running joke in my house is I'll get to it on Saturday.
Okay, I like
Well,
that.
Hey, I need you to finish up this flooring. I'll get to it on Saturday. She go, well, how many more damn Saturdays am I gonna have to wait till you get this shit done? Well, don't worry, baby. I'll get to it on Saturday.
Saturday never comes.
Saturday never came. Oh, sorry, they were closed.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a Saturday.
Shomer Shabbos.
Sober Shabbos. Oh, good times.
Yeah, I like it. I will say I really do feel for the guy. I like I said, I struggle in that area. And in all honesty, if I was give a bit of advice, I would say make a list at night before you go to bed and review it the next morning.
So you're saying make a list.
Don't say check it twice or I'll
check it
stab you. I'll
twice.
stab you in the spleen. Why can't we not say make a list without you chiming in
Check
the
it twice.
ridiculous Christmassy stuff?
Well, you literally just said that.
I know, but you don't have to say it. I already said it, just in a
Oh.
better way.
So if he does that,
Yes.
would he be able to find out if he was naughty or nice?
His wife probably will let him know.
Okay. Well, I guarantee you that's going to happen.
And if he doesn't do it, he's
Definitely
naughty.
on the naughty.
Right. And if he does, he might qualify as the nice category.
Doubtful.
Something else that will happen, my friend, if you do get off your butt and you get some of your work done, they'll still criticize it.
Oh, well, that sounds about right.
I mean, there's very rarely the husband attaboy.
And see, that's why I just don't finish anything.
There you go.
I mean,
Can't criticize if you don't ever start anything.
what's so Vince Vaughn say in Dodgeball? He goes, I keep my standards low because, I mean, it doesn't hurt whenever things get dashed.
Okay. All right, I like it.
I mean, it feels good.
That's all right. So just keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. and just wait till tomorrow. Just do it on Saturday.
Do it on Saturday.
That's my advice.
So new shirt in the merch store. We'll get to it on Saturday.
I'll get to it on Saturday.
And in small print, Shober Shabbos.
Shober Shabbos.
All right, question number 2 is something that might contribute to your procrastination.
Okay.
This comes from Jeremy Williams.
Okay,
Gives
Jeremy.
his full name,
Beauty.
maybe because it's a fairly intelligent question.
Oh,
So
well,
he's
so
not
I am not
embarrassed.
qualified to answer.
I think you will be.
Oh, even better.
All right, here we go. Does marijuana make you creative or just think you are creative?
Whew.
He elaborates. Cannabis creates a shift in mental focus, which often can result in new ways of looking at things and new realizations or inspiration. See, Jeremy's a wordsmith, bro.
Dang.
He
I
goes
wonder
on-
how high he was when he was writing
That's a good
this.
question. He's very creative. So
I think it's going to be probably creative.
he says, is it like a zoom control on your focus? You can narrow in and focus intently on the small details or zoom way out and see the big picture. It is great for overcoming mental blocks and finding new solutions to problems that conventional wisdom has failed to solve. It also increases your ability to focus on specific senses. Your perception of sounds, flavors, colors, textures, etc. all can be heightened. This is the reason why so many musicians and artists use cannabis. So does it make you creative or does it make you think you are creative?
Well, I think I don't know, man. I've known quite a few artists and musicians
Yep.
that partake in the devil's lettuce.
Yep. We've been around a few.
And me personally, I don't get creative or anything. I go into a coma.
Yeah, you get
I get sick as a dog, so I'm a no ghoskies on that.
all right. I do like the it's like zoom control on your focus. You can narrow in and focus intently on the small details. That's meth.
Yay, meth!
That's straight speed, bro.
Yeah,
marijuana doesn't do that so much. And
Well, maybe for certain people it does.
I don't know, man. I've never met them.
Well, just you hadn't met everybody.
I mean, sights, colors, tastes, sensations, all of those things are in there, but it definitely doesn't make you feel empowered.
Not unless there's a giant fucking Hershey's bar at the end of the runway. Rest in peace, Robin Williams.
Yeah, it's an old Rob Williams gig. It's a good one.
Good stuff right there.
So, okay, I'm of two minds.
Uh-huh.
It definitely makes you think differently.
Sure.
And so in your thinking differently, I believe there is some creative process that might come out of that.
Yep.
And also, it causes you to think differently. So maybe you believe that you're being better than you actually are.
So you're saying it's both.
Yeah, I think so. Or it can be both.
Can be. Sure.
Yeah. And it's been a long time since I've been in the pot game, bro. Like a long time.
Yeah.
Well over a decade. And now they've got some stuff that apparently is just...
Knock your toes off.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm qualified enough to speak to the newer strains.
Sure. Well, I do know back when our college days,
Right?
we had a couple of folks that we knew that's wake up in the morning
Yep.
and it was a joint for breakfast.
Yep.
And then,
then
joint
usually
all the
cookies
way
after
throughout
that.
the day, and just rolling a steady high the entire day, and probably some of the best musicians that we've known.
For sure. And I won't use his name because I know he listens and I don't want to embarrass him or call him out or jeopardize his current job because
Sure.
that would be bad. I lived with a guy. Let me rephrase that. I had a roommate at one point and it just sounded weird when I said it. So I apologize. I didn't mean to make it weird, but it got weird.
I lived in a guy.
It got louder.
It got louder.
He would do that every day. And I mean, I don't know how much is a lot, but it was a lot. But
Yep.
he got his doctorate in music during that time.
No.
And like just busted it out and
Well, shit,
really
maybe
excelled.
Maybe he had that rewind or pause button that we had several episodes back. He just smoked enough reefer, and you just slow down time just enough,
Well.
where you just boom, 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 boom.
See, there's that zoom in and
That
control.
zoom in, bro.
So maybe he was taking speed. Maybe
could
it
be.
had nothing to do with the marijuana. But I will say he was toking a whole bunch, and he got a lot done.
Yeah, I think he's been seeing that burning bush.
Yep. And like he said, some of the best musicians I know personally
Yeah.
they partake.
Oh yeah.
So-
I think there is some credence to it.
I do too. I'm going to go with both.
Yeah,
and
I think that's a fair one.
feel pretty comfortable with that.
Both of them.
And I'll go ahead and just add, we've talked about it before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in no way am against marijuana usage.
Agreed. Me
No
neither.
way. It's the only thing that I have found that will legitimately work on my sleep issues. It's the
Sure.
only thing I've found. And I don't do it because it's not legal.
Right.
And I won't do it if it's not legal.
Right.
If it's legal in Texas, which I believe is coming,
It's coming soon.
I'll partake, and I'll tell everybody that because I believe it's an adequate treatment,
Sure.
and it does work. And
Well, and it's not pharmaceuticalized
correct, not well
yet.
yet. It might be at some point, might be. And I will say something interesting. A lot of these little Baptist churches around are going to have to really deal with people in their congregations partaking.
Showing up late.
Either that or early and just a little bit out of it. You know how you get people to church? You just offer
Brownies?
coffee and donuts in the morning because they'll have the munchies.
I bet you put out a tray of pot brownies
Pot brownies.
next to the coffee and the donuts. Well, you're going to have a stacked congregation.
Well, it's a thought.
High as shit. But they're going to be there. And hopefully you pack it with enough that they zoom in on what you're saying.
Most of the time, I'm hoping they zoom out. It doesn't matter what you say. And everybody ends, you leave and everybody just feels good. It's like, what did the pastor preach about?
I don't really remember, but that song, hallelujah.
Oh, it felt good. I'm going to go back next week.
Gave me them goose pimples.
I tell you what, I'd take a full crowd of stoned congregants over the highly critical congregants that some of our churches have.
Yeah, preach it.
Yep. Every single week.
Yeah.
Without question. In other words, some of y'all need to lighten up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull the stick from the anus.
Okay, before I get fired, let's go to question 3.
All right. Well, hit it with me.
Oh, it's on me. It's on me again.
That was on you, bruh.
All right, this comes from Michael Grivier.
I don't know that you said that right.
I probably didn't.
It's probably.
Well, I'm sticking with it.
All right, then.
He says, "Oh, Michael, you should not have put your full name. He should have went the anonymous route." He says, "My son punched me in the stomach and shoved me to the ground again. Wow. Because I asked him to start applying for jobs. He is 26 and has not worked in 5 years. What do I do?"
Oh, boy.
Man.
Michael.
I would say first and foremost, you should have asked this question about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You're behind the 8 ball, bro.
So, how long has the punching begun?
Well, he said again.
Yeah.
So that could mean this is the second time or this is the 30th
He's
time.
been doing this for 10 years.
Right.
So, if we can hammer out a timeline on when this happened,
Yep.
he's probably smoking meth.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's possible.
He got that meth strength.
Either that or, Michael's smoking a lot of the devil's lettuce,
Well,
and he just laissez-faire until he comes out of his little high and then he becomes, the Nazi parent all of
or
a sudden.
he's just trying to push everything off till Saturday and
there
then
you
deal
go.
with his son on Saturday.
Yep.
So, I mean, first and foremost, you're gonna need to step up, man.
Well, I think we had a similar question last week or 2 weeks ago,
I don't even remember.
and it comes down to bad parenting.
Well, yeah,
I mean, if he's 26, living at home,
it's kind of on you.
and he's not applying for a job, completely squarely on you.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like we said before, barring some sort of weird disability or handicap, there's no reason for that.
Yeah.
Now, if you got an arrangement and your son's at home and he's working or he's going to school or
Sure.
whatever it is and you agree to house him, that's a whole nother situation. But if he's beating you and he won't apply for
and
a
he's
job,
not getting jobs.
so he ain't paying no rent,
Uh-huh.
and he's hitting you, it sounds like a domestic abuse situation.
Well, and depending on how old he is, he could get him for abusing an elder.
Elderly abuse?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't know what you have to have age-wise to qualify as an elder, but I feel like I'm an elder.
well, there you go.
If I had a little 4-year-old come up and kick me squaw.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I'm not going to allow it. I'm going to punt the kid.
Okay. All right.
But when the officer comes up and he goes, "Dude, why did you kick this kid over the fence?" I said, "Well, bro, he come up and kicked me squaw.
8.
What was I going to do?" He goes, "Well, shit. Should have kicked him harder." Here's your warning.
Here's your warning. What
Now,
am I
where's his parents? I'm going to go ticket him.
What am I supposed to do? The little 4-year-old squared up on me. Asked him if he wanted a piece of these hands, and he did.
Well, he bucked up.
All right. So, again, you should have started several years before this.
Yep.
And at this point, you got abuse going on, and
Well, and it says he hasn't worked in 5 years, so
Yeah.
he had a job
or something.
at some point,
Right.
and because that would have put him at what 21.
Yep.
So, I mean, he's had a job, and that was a good one.
Drink.
So it really, I hate to be that guy, but clearly he doesn't have the testicular fortitude
Right.
to handle this. So I feel like in order to keep everything somewhat copacetic on his side, he's going to have to get the police involved.
Probably so.
And I hate to be that guy. I mean, if it wasn't your son, it was just a roommate, shoot him, bury him in
Well,
the backyard. 10 feet down. And then,
At that point, you got eviction options.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
with blood, I don't know how that works legally.
Yeah, you can evict their life.
Well, I guess you could.
You could take away their birthdays.
Well, How old's your son? He's been 26 a long time. I would definitely make sure that he's not in the house anymore, that's no longer an option, but you've got to make it not an option. And another thing he doesn't mention is how mom feels about it. And that may be a whole nother bag of worms that he may have to deal with that particular circumstance. And if mom keeps letting him on back in, well, it's pretty tough.
Mike, we're going to need more info, bro.
Yep. You're going to have to, send us a letter.
Send us something. Say, are you married? Are you the stepdad in this situation?
Yes. Because that's even worse because you have no power then.
Yeah. You're kind of up a creek without a paddle.
Yep. And I will say, walking people through second and third marriages, that's one of the biggest issues you got to deal with. Is how you treat the spouse's children, and if you're not able to discipline them, number one, you've either got to change that, or you have to be completely and totally okay with that.
Sure.
And he may be a victim of that particular thought process. Well, I'm just going to be okay with it. Well, now it's 10 years later. He's 26 years old.
He's getting punched in the gut.
He's still punching you in the stomach.
Go get a job. Oh, God, sorry.
You
Don't
can
get
stay.
a job.
You can stay. I don't care.
I pooped a little.
There's Jesus in the cupboard. Dude, take whatever you want.
Yeah,
I don't care.
It's yours. You can have the house.
Tough situation.
It is, man. It sucks.
All right. So we have given no answers other than God bless you, sir.
Well,
Hope you
I
get
say
it.
get the police involved.
I would too, for sure.
If that's a viable option.
Yep.
I think that should be the viable option.
Agreed 100%.
Because if it gets any further, being that he is 26 years old,
Yep.
if he was 16 or 15, that's a different story.
Yes, that's true.
But he's an adult, man.
Yeah. And if he's already laying hands, he could take that further than you want it to go.
I say pistol whip him.
Oh. Stole him outside?
Pistol whip him, tell him how shit is. Be like, look, ain't no more of this. This is my house, living under my roof. These are my rules. I'm done. Get a job. No? All right, let me get the cops now.
All right. Ultimatums.
That's exactly it. Ultimatums make the world go round.
I'll get to it on Saturday.
Yeah, get to it on Saturday.
All right. Question number 4.
All right. So, this is coming in from Sean, and this isn't Pirate Hunter Sean.
Okay.
Sean says, my child regularly plays video games for 3 to 4 hours a day. I'm considering limiting him to 1 hour a day. Is this too strict? As a non-gamer, give me your answer.
No, I don't feel it's too strict at all. Now, they don't give the age of the child. Is that right?
There is no age, no.
Okay. So, in my mind, there's some caveats that need to be mentioned.
Okay.
Is he or she, is the child messing up other places? Are there things falling through the cracks?
Is their schooling good?
Yep. Are they making school okay? Are they holding their job if it's a job situation? Blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
If everything else is fine and the video games are just something else that they do on top of everything else, whatever. I say let them play. Now, granted, 8-10 hours a day, probably not okay.
That's a good session right there.
Well, it's a great session if you got everything else balanced.
Sure.
If all your plates are spinning and they're not falling off their pedestals or anything, you're doing okay. Whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
If I raise a young man, he's in his teens, and he's doing good in school, I'll even take decent in school. If you're passing and you're also, you got a girlfriend, you got maybe a little part-time job, and you come home and you want to play 3 hours a day and 5 hours on the weekend, by all means, bro, you go right on and do it. Now, I'm going to try to get you outside every chance I get, but if
you're going to put in work on the farm is what you're going to do.
Well, he won't have time to play video games. I can just tell you that right now. But if you're taking care of all your business, I don't care all that much. However, when things start to go south, and as a part-time toe dipper into the gaming world,
in the world of video games,
there has been times, even in my limited experience, when things tend to not get done because I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning playing Minecraft.
Well, that's fair.
Or excuse me, I gotta sound cooler than that. Playing Doom.
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, you already messed up.
Yeah, I did.
You let the cat out of the bag, man.
I did. Man, I like that game. It's fun. I don't know. So there's a caveat that has to be said.
I will say right now, from not a professional gamer by any means, but a seasoned veteran in the gaming scene. If you limit that to 1 hour,
Right.
don't even let him play. You can't do shit in 1 hour.
Well, that's true. So take Smite.
Yeah.
By the time you get everything set up and a game started,
Yeah.
and you play one match, you're pretty much done.
Yeah.
If you got a hard and fast deadline of an hour.
Sure.
Now, if the kid's 7 years old and he's playing like a Minecraft or something, and you're worried about his development or whatever, I don't know.
I don't
It
think
gets weird there.
that doesn't affect it either. I mean, because you can still, the video games are really, really, I think it's scientifically proven to increase your motor skills and hand-eye coordination.
Sure. So is riding lawnmower.
Well, not really.
And I wouldn't have to do it on Saturday if he did it today.
Why do today? Why do I need to do today
What you can do today.
What he can do right now, and I could just push off till Saturday.
There you go. So, you pay the money to raise them. You got them through the diaper stage. You got them through teething. You made sure they're functioning semi-sort of teenagers. Well,
Yep.
It's on you, young man. Get out there and do my work for me so I can rest on Saturday.
Exactly.
I want to have one of these chili beers Saturday. I don't have to worry about mowing the dang grass.
Yeah.
So if it comes down to me having to mow the grass or you getting off your butt, stop playing video games, well, guess who's not playing video games right now?
You're not playing video games, yeah, for sure.
So
I understand that. I think there does need to be a happy medium, but
Yep.
3 to 4 hours
Okay.
is a solid gaming session.
Okay. So you're cool with that amount of time.
That 3 to 4 hours. I mean, ideally, 5 to 7 is for me.
Well,
If I could run a 5 to 7 hour gaming sesh,
how often do you get to play 5 to 7 hours at a time?
I attempt to do it once a week, but
Okay.
I don't ever get it.
Well, you got stuff to do on Saturdays.
I got stuff to do on Saturdays. I can't get to it today. I'll get to it on Saturday.
All right.
But 3 to 4 hours is, and that's kind of what in our house. That's what my basically grace limit is 3 to 4 hours.
All right. Now, what if he's messing up? Do you?
I don't think he gets to play video games at all.
That's kind of where I was going. If you're going to use it as a disciplining measure,
Then you for certain need to take the joy away from him. Just nix it.
gotcha.
That needs to be gone.
All right. So you're an all or nothing kind of dad.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're not messing up, you do whatever you want.
Exactly. Now,
Okay.
if my daughter, if she's, I don't know, 14, 15, and she's wanting to play video games, and at this point, she's probably going to be able to kick my ass in video games.
Okay.
So I'm hoping she does shitty in school, so that way I get time to brush up on my abilitas.
That's so you would ground
You're
her
grounded.
Out, ground her out of spite.
Yeah.
She beats you, and you're like, you know what?
Hey, what did you make in math?
a B minus.
Oh, guess what? You're done till Saturday.
She goes to bed. You're in there cracking out, practicing.
Dadgum. 7, 8 hours. Oh my God. You gotta figure it out.
What is she doing on her build? What is going on?
How does she turn so fast?
Well, it sounds like an individual issue.
Yes,
I'm
agreed.
not going to say bad parenting on that one, just because we don't know all the.
The details.
Yeah, there's some stuff we need to know.
Sure.
I think you're fine grounding down to 1 hour.
I disagree.
And I also kind of hear if you're going to take it away for discipline purposes, take it away. I mean, don't give them a little bit.
Or just discipline them and only let them play for an hour.
Well, maybe
That's more of a pain in the ass than just not getting to play at all. Because
Yep.
you'd be right in the middle of it and you'd be like, boom, power down. No!
it would be funny if mom gave you. I'm going to give you 30 seconds warning. You better save it
Yeah.
because I'm turning it off. He's like, oh, you won't do that to me, mom. Blah blah blah.
Blink.
Bleep.
Oh.
You're gonna,
I've killed for less.
you're gonna learn today, son.
you gonna learn today.
All right, great 4 questions. Let's
Yes,
go
sir.
into our Cinemize with these guys. Cinemize with These Guys is brought to you by Coco Cocktail. Take a moment to listen to our sponsors.
Hey, Pinewood, what you drinking?
Well, I felt like something a little fruity, so I got me a mango IPA.
Get that crap out of here!
Hey, bro, what the French, man?
You gotta give this Cocoa Cocktail a try.
What is it, a Coco Connection?
Nah, bro, come on. It's Cocoa Cocktail. It's the newest craze in the seltzer game. It's a vitamin-infused, all-natural, non-GMO, spiked sparkling coconut water. It's literally the future of alcohol.
Come on, man. The future of alcohol, that's a little heavy-handed.
Bro, I'm telling you, even the aliens are drinking this stuff.
You mean like the space
Like
lizards?
space lizards? Oh, dude, you know what? We should totally stock up on this for the life ship. I mean, the people are going to want a sweet, tasty beverage, eh?
But we got to give the people what they want.
Gotta give them the best, bro.
Well, Hellfire, you won me over. Let me try that thing. Well, dang, son, that's delicious. I don't know why you had to use all those highfalutin, flowery words, but that key lime seltzer speaks for itself.
Well, I tell you what's even better. All of our listeners get a banging discount when they order on Cocoa Cocktail's website.
Well, shoot, man, what's that website?
That website is www.cocococktail.com. That is COCOCOCKTAIL.com. And enter promo code FWTG7 when you order an 8-pack and FWTG12 when you order a 24-pack.
Do I get that discount when I order?
I mean, so long as you use the promo codes, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Do you think Coco Cocktails would send me that koozie?
Yeah, that's going to be a hard no, bro.
Coco Cocktail is an alcoholic beverage, and you must be 21 years old to enjoy, and please drink responsibly.
Now get on them interwebs and order you some, you plumpable some bitches, and cheers to your health. El tema de esta semana viene de un fan al que le encanta ordenaros por nuestro terrible español. Gracias, Nicole.
Now, how do you feel about that?
Pretty decent.
Yeah? What'd you say?
So that roughly translate, hopefully,
Okay.
to this week's topic is coming in from a fan that loves to hate us because of our terrible Spanish. Thanks, Nicole. And I did like on the message that she sent us, she put the phonetic spelling for Nicole. And when I saw that, it looked like Nicole.
Yeah.
La.
Nicola.
Nicola.
So you got dual cultures there.
Yes.
Holland?
Is it Holland?
The Dutch?
The Duchens?
I don't know.
Dusseldorfs.
It's Scandinavian.
I
Because of
feel like it
their
works.
little ridiculous lederhosen things.
And the clogs.
I don't know if they wear clogs or not.
Would you like to come over and play with the clogs? I have a Mexican cerveza.
So if you aren't aware, and I don't think people are aware, our fan Nicole does not appreciate our attempt at horrendous Spanish.
Our butchery of the Espanolish.
Yes, so a beautiful language that we have made hideous.
Yes.
And so she has corrected us a couple of times, and old Beezy thought he would kind of just twist that knife a little bit.
Yeah, I did have 2 years of Spanish 1, though. So
There you go. I mean, you at least gave it the old college try.
I'm a bit of a linguist.
Okay.
Nicole, I hope that was decent enough. I'll take the hate mail.
I like that.
That was all on me. Pinewood had nothing to do with that.
Nothing. Not a thing.
But
Innocent.
this week's Cinemize is coming in from Nicole.
All right.
And she has a banger of a question, which
Okay.
I can't believe we haven't come up with this one yet.
All right.
So her question is, what movies never get old no matter how many times you watch them? And just to stay on topic, probably one of my favorite movies since I was a child, The Three Amigos.
Yeah. Yeah.
My Little Buttercup, the song that they sing in the bar,
Yes.
that is the ringtone for my wife.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I really love that movie.
It's a great movie. And
I mean,
speaking of three
Martin
green
Short,
grows,
yeah. Jimmy Chase,
yeah,
and Steve Martin.
yeah, it's a great movie. It does hold up too.
It does. That's surprisingly holds up. Well, of course, you got those three powerhouses.
Yeah,
How could it not?
it's true. You know, I always looped that movie in with the City Slickers movies. I always felt like they kind of came out of the same time
Yeah,
era.
Sure.
And they do hold up.
Yeah.
Even now. They're silly and vaudevillian at times
Uh-huh,
and blah, blah, blah. It's definitely not a critical movie you're going to look at in that light. But, man, just solid comedy
Agreed.
movies. Really,
Agreed.
really good. And out of those three, I would say the Three Amigos probably better
Oh,
than
yeah.
City Slickers.
Hands down.
I don't know about hands down, but they definitely got the edge.
In my opinion, hands down crushes City Slickers.
All right. Well, first movie that comes to mind is The Big Lebowski.
Yeah. You know, we actually watched that the other day.
Oh, really? Every time it's like reading the Bible. Every time I watch it, I just get more and more and more out of it. And I really feel let down that we didn't get the sequel. And I don't know if it was ever actually a thing or if it was just internet rumor or what.
I don't
but
know that we. I don't know that we wanted a sequel.
I'm with you. I see that point of view that a lot of times something else comes out, especially that long after, because it would have been like 20 years
Sure.
and it would have just ruined it.
Yeah, because
But-
they would have done the exact same format and
Maybe.
basically tried to do the Big Lebowski 2
Right.
the same exact way they did Big Lebowski.
Yeah, the son of the dude.
Yeah, and it just
Yeah.
it would have flopped. You know that it would have flopped.
Yep, you may be right. I don't know, but I still, there's a part of me that's like, but I want it. I want those Coen
well-
brothers to get on it.
Agreed. I agree with you 100% because that was the same way with Super Troopers. Super Troopers 2 was, 20, almost 18, 20 years.
Right.
And
That long? It was that long,
I
wasn't it?
think so because it came out in 19, I believe.
Something like that.
I don't know. Well,
Anyway, I get you.
we'll
a long
fix it in
time
post.
afterwards, yes. But it didn't ruin the franchise.
no, not by any means.
But it was in no way on par with the first one.
right, and it felt almost like a cut and paste,
Yeah, it did. That's true.
but it worked.
Yes, it did for the most part.
For the most part.
Yep.
And it wasn't as good as the original, but it worked for what it was.
Right.
And I could see Big Lebowski 2 being the same exact way.
That's fair. It's probably it's probably a good take, and it might have been a very smart move on them not to do it,
Sure.
and definitely the right move for their investors
Oh yeah.
not to do it.
Oh yeah.
I think this category is a lot easier with comedies than
Oh
it
yeah.
is with dramas.
Agreed.
There are some comedies that we can watch time after time
Hundreds.
after time, and they're almost countless. But the 40-Year-Old Virgin, Grandma's Boy, some of those old sports movies that were humorous, like Major League,
Major League.
the Mighty
man.
Ducks, that style of movie,
Yeah.
I can watch over and over and over.
Yeah,
again.
I
It's
agree.
Fantastic.
And it's weird. The older sports movies, like you said, the Mighty Ducks.
Right.
The first one holds up.
Right.
The second one, it's iffy. The third one's like, blech.
Okay. All right.
I'm done with this one.
Yeah, fair.
And
Kind of.
now Disney Plus now has a series,
Yeah.
the Mighty Ducks series.
And I
haven't
haven't-
watched it.
nope,
I
probably
have no
won't.
desire to watch it.
Probably
But
won't.
I did see that they got Emilio in on it.
Oh.
Emilio!
It would be hard to revamp the whole series and not have him at least come in as a cameo or something.
Right?
But I get it.
And it's Disney, so they got the money to afford him.
Yep.
Of course, I don't think he's really doing much anymore these days.
Probably not. I guarantee they can afford him.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I think I would be remiss if I did not say Run, Ronnie, Run, because it was my answer for episode 28's question about terrible movies I love.
right. And I do love it.
Yeah.
It's
Excellent
pretty
movie.
good.
Excellent
Pretty
movie in my eyes.
Serious movies are a little more difficult to find a serious movie that you can watch over and over again, especially kind of hard-hitting movies, because some of those movies I want a little break from.
Sure.
Intense movies or whatever it is, I kind of want a little separation.
I think Tombstone is one of those that I will watch at least once, if not thrice a year.
Yeah, or more than that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
And then the other one that I enjoy at least once a year is Shawshank Redemption.
Okay.
brilliant movie, and those don't fall into the comedies.
Right, that's
So-
true. Now, I would add in that line of Shawshank, there's some other Stephen King movies that weren't huge hits book wise, but the movies were fantastic.
Right.
Shawshank's just a short story in an array of short stories,
Yep.
and then the movie is phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
The Green Mile is
I'll
a
never
great
forget the first time I met Baba Dufresne.
Green Mile, another wonderful film.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the book people say, well, it's nothing compared to the books, but I like the film better than I like the books.
I like every film better than I like any of the books.
Well, you really can't say that if you don't have a bearing to judge because you never read a book.
I'll get to it on Saturday. So I know in our house we have the Christmas time tradition of we have a movie marathon day, and
Okay.
of course we do the Die Hard 1 through 3
Nice.
because those are the only ones that are worth it.
Okay. I could not watch that movie. I couldn't watch that series over and over and over again.
Oh, it's so good,
No,
so good.
maybe once a year.
Yeah, well, and that's the only time we watch it. Now, Die Hard 3, I'll watch a couple of times a year because Samuel L. How do you go wrong with that?
I get it, I guess.
That one is a great one. I enjoyed that one. But then, of course, Home Alone
Okay.
is another one we watch at least once a year. And then, Predator. The original Predator
Yeah.
with Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. And that brings up another, if you're talking about those type series, man, I can watch Rocky and Rambo on repeat.
Yeah. I could do Rocky 4.
I know how you feel about that. I could do 1 through 13. However many he's going to make, I could
Ugh.
watch every single one of them. I love those movies.
Yeah.
Love those movies. And Rambo just gets bloodier the newer they come.
That's true.
The newer ones that come out, like he can't do the same stunts anymore, so like just make it bloodier.
Just dumb it down and shoot them harder.
I love it. I love it.
More blood. They took that from Tarantino, I guess.
Probably so. I literally could do those on repeat. Braveheart, I think over and over and over again. I wouldn't have a problem
That's
with Braveheart.
one that I can only do that one every 4 or 5 years.
Really?
It's just that
mean, it's
movie.
intense.
That movie could be cut down to an hour and a half. Get rid
You
of
watch
all,
your mouth, sir.
Get rid of all the romance and all that stupid shit.
Okay. All right.
You don't need it.
All right.
Just show me the people lopping heads off. That's
Okay.
all I care about.
Well, I could probably follow with you a little bit there, but you gotta have the love drama.
No, you don't.
You do. You
no,
gotta
it's so boring. Such a waste of film.
twist history just a little bit to make that work.
You already twisted it. You might as well just keep
You
twisting
might as well
it harder.
just keep going. Patriots, another Mel Gibson film that I can
Sure.
watch. I mean, it's a fantastic.
That is a
movie.
great film.
And one of the best bad guys of all time in The Patriot. Goodness, it's good.
Yeah, buddy.
Now you said Tombstone.
Yep.
I could definitely do Lonesome Dove,
Yeah.
and it's so meaty. You could watch it over and over and over again all year, and only watch it like 6 times.
Right.
It's fantastic.
I think just 2 more comedies is, well, I don't know that I would lump the last one into a comedy because the last one's more of a well-rounded everything kind of
All right.
genre. But The Goonies.
Yeah, I'm with
God, I
you.
love that movie.
I will say something about the Goonies. Having watched it recently, definitely as a full-fledged adult. It lags for me in the middle to late part of the movie. There's a portion that, for whatever reason, I just kind of like. The beginning's fantastic and the ending is fantastic, and there's a part in the middle that just lagged.
It's
for me.
right before the Fratellis found out they were underground.
Maybe.
I think, yeah, because it's when they were underground, and the romance part.
Oh, there you go. Well, maybe there's
Just-
something to that.
Cut that section out,
You'd be fine.
and it'd be a great movie. I mean, it's already a great movie,
Yeah.
but
Coincidentally, I can't think of a single romantic film that I would want to watch over and over and over again.
nope, I got nothing on that one.
Nope.
I literally got nothing.
Give me Lord of the Rings all day. Keep that lovey-dovey crap out of here.
Ugh, gross.
Really? Lord of the Rings?
Well, I don't know. I got one lovey-dovey movie.
Okay.
And this is that one I was saying that kind of just covers everything in the spectrum.
I know what you're going to say.
Yep.
Yep.
Princess Bride.
Yep. Yep.
Such a great movie.
It's a good one for sure.
Brilliant cast, and this is so funny. When COVID hit really hard and everything started shutting down, I don't know if you've seen this yet. I'll show it to you later on this evening. But they did shorts, little shorts of scenes, and they made the entire movie.
Interesting.
Remade the entire movie, and every scene is different actors.
Oh, nice.
So you have
It's kind of like a little tribute thing.
yeah, exactly. So there's one scene where Andre the Giant is played by, what is that big goofy dude that was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall? I forget his name. Anyway, that guy, he plays the giant.
All right.
And then there's a scene where Jack Black plays the Black Knight.
Don't worry, I'll fix this in post.
Fix it in post. I've seen it so much that I can't even remember. Johnny on the spot.
Yep. No, I got you.
Anyways, it is a brilliant remake of the movie. And
That's interesting. They redid the whole thing.
yeah, they from beginning to end.
Okay.
And they basically every scene is remade with different actors each scene. So if you can find it, definitely got to check that one out.
All right. So I think there's a lot of movies out there that kind of stand up, and also you could watch multiple times.
Sure.
We've done kind of the Desert Island top 3 movies if you had to have them. So we've gone over that, but there are a bunch of movies that just don't get old, as Nicole inquired about, and I would say most of them for me, they're comedies.
Sure.
And they're light, and there's not in
Stupid
depth
humor.
Yes, very just surface
Step
humor.
Brothers.
Yeah, all of those.
Any Will Ferrell movie.
Pretty much. Just over and over and over again, just on
Agreed.
repeat. All right, good cinemas this
Yes.
week. Let's get out of that, and thank you, Nicole, for sending in that question.
Thank you much.
Thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
Gracias, Nicole.
Nice. Touche. Gracias. Appreciate it. That's not quite as regal.
It's not.
I can't say mango either. It's just
Mango.
It's just mango. And
Mango de chili.
and chilies.
Chilis de mango.
Salt and chili now. All right. Before we lose any more listeners, let's go to Thinky Blinders.
Thank you, blindness.
Just a reminder, our 4 questions, we come into the recruiting.
We come into the recording sessions.
I don't know what that was. I had a stroke. Come into the recording session having looked good grief.
Are you all right?
I don't know.
You need another beer?
I've had half of a beer. That is ridiculous.
Maybe you need to chug it.
All right.
Fix it in post.
We haven't had enough firecrackers for me to get through this beer
I
yet.
know.
All right. We have 4 questions prior to the recording session.
Yes.
So we have a little bit of an insight about what we might say. Thinky Blinders is just that. We're blind to these questions coming into the episode.
Yes.
Good grief. Crazy.
I would ask if you want to go first, but you may need to recuperate, check your blood pressure, and
I'll be right back. All right. Well, that being the case, why don't you just go ahead and break the ice here?
all right. If you could travel forward in time, say to 3251, how would you convince them that you were from the 21st century?
I don't think I would have to because of the way I'm dressed.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I dress kind of like a redneck hobo anyway, and I can't imagine this fashion style lasting 1,000 years from now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'd show up and they'd be like, "Ugh,
What
is going on?"
You're a peasant.
And then, and then I would try to explain to them my knowledge of like physics or something. They'd be like, "This guy doesn't know
What in the world is
heck
he
he's
talking about?" That's like some 21st century shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you. So invert that and take somebody from 950 AD.
Okay.
So they're now here, and they're trying to convince us in another language because they wouldn't speak the same language.
Sure.
That they're from the past. I would pretty much just say they're a hobo and crazy.
Get off the meth.
Yeah.
Get a job.
Get a job. Apparently, your dad didn't kick your butt out of the house when you were 26, and now he did. And this is what
Now
you
you're
get.
just getting to it on Saturday.
Yeah. I'd be like, man, you look like you're old. How old are you? He's like, I'm 17 years old. Because, you know,
Yeah, you got rickets or something?
they probably did back there, had rickets.
I had to
don't
guess
know.
scurvy.
It's a super difficult conundrum you would find oneself in.
I think it's pretty easy. I didn't get vaccinated with coronavirus.
What?
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to get that into my brain cavity. How would that convince anybody that you're from the past?
Well, I'm pretty sure that they're going to look back at the history books and be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that was a thing."
That the people wouldn't get vaccinated?
Well, one or the other.
Okay.
It depends on how that whole thing plays out.
I see. So you're saying you just got to mention COVID.
Yep.
And they'd be like, oh, okay.
Oh, you're 21st century?
Yeah, you wouldn't think that they just assumed that you had been doing some research in, I don't know, the history books?
Who studies that far back?
So you just look like a hobo that had been studying history.
Yeah.
So you'd be a history professor.
Well, basically, I am a history professor, so it would fall in line.
Well, I would assume you make more money than a history professor.
Well, yeah, I do,
Yep.
which is sad.
Is that what got? Maybe. I don't know.
I guess. I mean, they probably should be paid more.
I don't know.
Do we need to get into that discussion? Let's
I
save
don't
that
know.
for another topic.
All right. I've got a chip on my shoulder about teachers. I really do. Like, you went to school.
Well,
you signed up.
You got a problem with me?
You know what you're getting into.
I give teaching lessons daily,
Yeah.
and I don't charge for it
Well, that's your own problem then, sir.
unless you pay the $20 for the live ship, and then you pay me $20 a month
All right.
for my knowledge.
For your knowledge.
Yes,
Okay.
and you get some learnings.
All right. We've done full weird mental circles here. So my answer is I don't know how I would convince. I'm pretty sure I would come off like a babbling hobo that was on drugs that probably needed some help.
Fair enough.
But hopefully, once they found me, they'd hook me up to some of them good futuristic drugs, and I'd be like the bionic man. And then I could come back to now and like rule the earth.
Nice.
And I could
Build the live ship.
Yeah, that's how the life ship got built. I went to the future. They thought I was a hobo. They
They hooked you up.
rehabilitated me. They sent me back, and then I built the life ship.
Beauty.
Yeah, they told me all the secrets and how to defeat the aliens, space lizards.
Nice.
And now we're here.
Beautiful.
All right, done.
like it.
All right, you ready for yours?
Do it.
Not nearly as convoluted.
Well, I'll take it.
All right, if family is in no way a consideration, where and how would you choose to spend your 20 years in retirement? So you get 20, so 65 to 85.
Good grief.
How and where? Or maybe
That's-
just where.
That's presumptuous.
Well, yeah.
65 to 85?
Yeah, I knew you were going to hang
My
up on that part.
God.
So let's just,
Give me 10 years. Give me 10 years.
You got lucky. You got lucky.
Give me 55 to 65.
You going to retire at 55?
So, and just, I proverbially have no family at this point.
Well, either that or your family isn't a deterring factor one way or the other.
Okay, so I could bring them with.
Of course. But
Okay.
you're not having to worry about, well, my dad lives blah, 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 and I want to be close or any of that. Like, that's not a consideration. You're free
Okay.
to go wherever and take whoever.
Man, that is a tough question because I feel like I want it to be somewhere tropical. I've seen a lot of stupid crap on TikTok here lately where
Yeah.
they have those islands out in wherever,
Okay.
and they have like little floating houses that are just 5-star,
Interesting.
and they have like glass floors so you can see straight through the floor and
Okay.
watch the fishes and whatnot. I think
Okay.
that'd be awesome to retire out there. And you could fish all day.
Yep.
But then I think about how much I hate sweating,
Yeah.
and
it's
I
true.
sweat a lot.
Yep.
So then I think what would be just legit would be maybe just go in either Europe somewhere.
Okay.
Ireland, Scotland.
Oh wow. Okay, so
Maybe even Sweden. Sweden would be nice because they got a lot of skiing and stuff.
That's true.
Snow.
you're right, right?
But I mean, if I was going to do that, maybe if I were to go Ireland, Scotland, I'd buy a big plot and I'd just be a shepherd.
A shepherd
Bro, just get some big old fat ass sheep.
in your retirement?
Yeah.
So
I'm not
So
going to
you're-
do it. I'm paying people to
oh,
handle
okay,
it.
all right. I was like, your dream retirement is to go back to work.
No. I'm paying somebody to handle all the sheep. I just think it would be cool to be a sheep herder
Okay,
on the Scottish Highlands.
okay, all right. So you're all about the
Plus, it's nice and cool
It's true.
most of the year.
It's true.
And I love rain.
All right.
And it rains like 60% of the year up there.
Yeah, it's a lot. You also have days that last like 3 hours of daylight.
Even better.
Even better.
Even better.
At night-
I have
At night
blackouts.
you can game.
Yeah, I have blackout curtains all through my house.
Good point. Yep. Y'all
So-
kind of like vampires anyway.
Yeah, I turned the lights off, and man, you couldn't tell if it was midnight.
Okay. All right.
It's like, oh, it's noon.
Nice.
So yeah, I think something like that would be nice.
All right.
But I like colder weather, and I love snow. So I don't know, maybe something Swiss Alps.
Okay.
Get a nice log cabin up there, live like old Lilyhammer did.
Yeah.
Just run a mafia ring in my old age, something like that. That'd be legit. That'd be a good way to go out.
Isn't it crazy to think that there are people that are probably or could be listening to the show who have no idea what Lilyhammer is?
Yeah.
They have a Netflix account and they have no idea what Lilyhammer is.
If you've not watched Lilyhammer, I highly recommend it.
It's the first original
Yeah, the
released
first-
on Netflix.
yeah, first
and it's
Netflix.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's
It was like 2 or
so
3
good.
seasons.
I think so. Yeah, 3, I think.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yep. Very
Brilliant
good.
show.
So I hate the snow. So that would not be a consideration for me.
Oh, okay. Well, bye.
I would come visit,
Okay.
but not if you're in Scotland because I'm not flying over there.
Well,
You'd have to live in like Canada.
bye. I don't need you to come around anyways.
It's gonna sound cliche. I would definitely do the RV thing. If the family didn't have a problem with that, and I had some funds and was able to do it, I'd
Just
do the
cruise the nation, or
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could plan your seasons and you could
Oh,
hit all
yeah.
the highlights on a yearly basis and
Sure.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that is
it's-
a good one. I like that one.
All right, well, we're going to get out of our Thinky Blinders for the week, and we'll go into our newest segment. God,
Newerist.
neuterist,
The neuterist segment.
not the neuterist. We'll go to our new segment, The Pastor and the Heathen. All right, for our last segment of the day, or kind of the last segment of the day, our last discussion segment of the day, Pastor and the Heathen, you got two very opposite viewpoints on a similar question. And the question today is, does God forgive bad people?
Well, I mean, define bad people.
Well, I think that's part of the question for sure, because that would have been my first caveat to the question as well. Who is a bad person, quote unquote?
I'm gonna defer to you first to see where you go with this.
All right. So under my belief system, we're all bad people. We're all fallen. We're all sinful. Therefore, we all need forgiveness. And the level of bad, quote unquote, does not come into consideration when asking whether or not does God forgive. God does forgive. However, being forgiven by the Almighty does not alleviate you from the earthly consequences that your bad behavior produces.
I'll be honest with you. I wasn't listening to any of that. You lost me pretty quick on.
That's cold-blooded, man. Well, that's a pretty generalized Christian tenet.
Okay.
We're all sinful.
Sure.
We all need forgiveness.
Sure.
Without it, bad stuff happens.
Okay.
So God
Lakes of
forgives.
fire
Yeah.
and-
Gnashing of teeth.
Yep,
Blah blah
yep.
blah. By the way, we're gonna have to go into that someday because that may not be actually theologically sound, but we'll deal with that another time. So, all need forgiveness. Doesn't matter the level of bad, God still will forgive you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you get to escape the earthly consequences of your sinful behavior.
I don't know. I feel like that's a cop out.
All right.
Because you can get somebody that goes out and murders 45 people
Sure.
and get the death sentence, and they quote unquote make amends,
Right.
found Jesus,
Right.
blah blah blah. He's forgiven me.
Right.
I'm going to heaven. Like hell you are, bitch.
Okay. Well, don't you think that an omnipotent God would be able to decipher whether or not that was a genuine change of heart, or if he was in fact just BSing to get out of his, I don't know.
It's just end of life guilt.
Yeah, maybe so.
You can't say, "Oh, I'm a good person now. I've repented."
Okay. Scripture says that you can,
Well,
if your heart's true.
allegedly.
No, it does. But the question comes down to, is it a genuine repentance?
I can't see that being legit.
Okay, so you're in the camp of
No.
okay.
Dependent
Okay.
on the circumstance. I mean, no. I mean, bad people are going to be bad. You can't change that.
Okay.
Like child, and I hate to keep bringing this up, but like child molesters.
No, I think it's
They're
a good point.
physiologically incapable of not wanting to harm children.
Okay.
It is deep rooted into their DNA, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, if they get arrested and convicted, they go to prison for life, they die in prison, then they found God.
Right.
That's again a cop out for their guilt.
Okay.
But I still don't feel that they have that they legitimately feel that way, because you just can't change that.
Okay. What if you can't change the way that you feel, but you can change the way that you act? I feel like choking people every day,
Well, yeah, I do that.
but I don't act upon those impulses.
Well, I mean, that's everybody. I would assume feels like choking somebody out.
Correct. Sometimes even children.
Most of the time, it's children for me.
So my point is, we're all bad in the way that we all have those sinful thoughts. It's the action on our earthly realm that dictate whether or not we are punished. And in God's eyes, well, we're all equal, so we all need salvation. So if we truly believe, he will grant that.
And so what's his top 2 commandments? He says you can't use his name in vain.
Nope. Top 2 are to love him with everything that you have,
Okay.
and then to love your neighbor.
Okay.
Those are the 2 commandments. Or well,
So
those are the 2 commandments that Jesus kind of hones in on in the New Testament.
So what if you really love your neighbor?
One of those,
And
you can love your pet, just don't love your pet. Right,
What if
right.
you really love your neighbor,
Right.
and you commit adultery?
Okay, well,
And-
that's a sinful act.
Sure.
Also one of the commandments.
Exactly.
Okay, what's your point?
But you don't. You live a somewhat godly life.
Well, apparently not.
I mean, you just kind of highlight over some of the aspects.
I don't think it works that way.
Well,
That's why I'm saying we're all in the same boat. We all need redemption. It doesn't matter how good or how bad you think you are. You need it, and God will provide it to you if you're genuinely seeking Him and His salvation.
I just feel like there should be a thin red line that once you cross that line, you get no forgiveness.
Okay, so you're saying
I
there
feel
are
like that's
some
how
unforgivable
unforgivable
stuff.
sins.
Okay, now can you think about those things?
Sure.
So
I
if you-
think about murder daily,
All right.
especially when I'm driving.
Okay, so that's my point. You know, Christ says if you think it in your heart, it's just as bad as committing it.
Horseshit.
That's what He says. You can
Well,
take it up with the big
allegedly.
man.
Allegedly.
It's not alleged. It's written.
I just like throwing that one in there.
I know you do. So it's there. So you got to wrestle with him on that one. I'm just
I'm gonna tell
saying
him.
what he said.
Look, come on, guy.
Come on, guy.
Come on, God. I mean, come on, God, guy.
All right.
You can't be for reals. I mean, you're gonna give this guy the same credit as Pastor Pinewood. He's been preaching your word
Yeah.
for years and years, and he goes out and kills a village, starving pygmies and whatnot, and just because he says, "Oh well, I need forgiveness, and now I'm a devoted Christian."
Well, that's what I'm saying. It has to be a genuine change of heart. I think God can see through the falseness there.
Allegedly.
Now that part, it is alleged.
I feel like this is a very one-sided question just because of the way your scripture dictates it.
Well, maybe. I would say I have an answer that is theologically grounded. So, scripturally speaking, our theology has come up with this answer.
Right.
Now, you don't fall into that theology, so therefore you're using earthly logic to deal with that kind of a question.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they're not equitable in their...
Returns?
No. You can't utilize them at the same time.
Right.
Because we're arguing different things. But I will agree with you on earth for like earthly punishment. There are some things that are unforgivable.
Sure.
And I am a fan. I know it's going to make some people upset.
Death penalty.
I'm a fan of the death penalty.
Sure.
And I always have been.
Mm-hmm.
And we could talk about that another time if you want. But,
Sure.
You know, there are some things that when you're such a menace to society, I believe that society has the right to end your life.
Yep.
Now, my libertarian side says the state shouldn't be the one to do that, but again, that's a whole nother issue for another time. But heavenly, spiritually speaking, godly speaking, I don't think the same rules apply. I think it's a different ball game.
I still don't feel... I know scripture says that he will if you have a genuine heart, but I think you're going to get up there and he's like, I mean, for real, you seriously think that was true? Yeah. Come on, bro. You know what you did?
You may be right.
I mean, get your ass down there.
Yeah. And I would be scared that he would say that same thing to me.
Well, if you're not one of the 100,000, then I mean...
144,000, bro.
144,000. So, yeah, my dad.
Yeah, that's definitely wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Decent. I would like to hear some answers from our folks.
Listeners, yes,
Yeah,
please.
let us know which camp you fall into. And then also something we didn't talk about is whether or not there's a God. So that question, does God forgive bad people? Well, if you don't believe that there is a God, well...
Then you're just relaying the earthly jurisdictions.
The question's a lot different at that point.
Sure.
All right, well, based on time, let's get out of that segment. Let's go into our updates and get out of our Dirty 30.
All right.
Here we go.
I got some news updates for you today.
I was hoping you were going to do it in Spanish.
You know.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
All right, the updates is the time whenever we hear from all of you out there.
Yes.
And I know we got some good call-ins and text messages and all kinds of stuff.
We got some good stuff in it today. We got a rather lengthy message from the Pirate Hunter Sean in an email form, and he also sent us a couple voice messages because he's been out of pocket, and the voice message will explain a little bit. But his voicemail... Or I'm sorry, not the voicemail. The email goes on. He says, "Hey guys, sorry I haven't been in contact in a while. Been pretty busy protecting a troop of gorillas in the Virunga Mountains in the Congo. Now I'll fill you in via voicemail.
Great.
But to fill in some answers in the past couple of episodes, medical shows. Now if you're talking sitcoms, then MASH and Scrubs and House are at the top of my list. But if you're talking about actual medical procedures, I enjoyed Dr. Pimple Popper." And the Toe Bro would top my list, which, if you are not aware of these, they're disgusting.
Okay.
Dr. Pimple Popper
Yeah, I've heard of that
Yeah,
stuff.
my wife watches that crap.
Ugh.
It's nasty.
Okay.
And then the toe bro,
Yikes.
Just think of the nastiest ingrown
Yep.
toenails you've ever
Ugh,
think of.
Gosh.
Yeah, and it's on film.
Okay. Gross.
So then he goes, Goofy is an anthropomorphic dog who back in the day when he first came around, he was married to a cow,
That's right.
which makes me wonder who is Max's mom from the Goofy movie.
That's interesting. So
Dun, dun, dun.
when I read that email, I remember something about the cow.
Yep.
So I looked it up, and I can't remember the name of the cow, but she was married to another cow or a bull in one of the other shows. So she's double dipping.
Oh,
Not only got her a bull husband, she got her a dog husband too.
I bet God wouldn't approve.
God probably does not approve.
All right, then he goes on with the hangovers. The worst hangover or drinking experience has had me that he has had. Him and a buddy, they called him Yeti, drank a liter of Jose Cuervo shot for shot. Woke up late for work, made it to work, and spent the next few hours trying not to yak into the 100 pounds of potatoes and other food preppings we were tasked with. I haven't touched tequila since, and greasy fried food for the next day, and mud-thick coffee for a hangover chased with the Bloody Mary.
Okay.
And he says, I've got a care package coming for you boys with some treats and things to try for your libations library. Sent me a picture. It actually is supposed to be in tomorrow.
Beautiful. And because of our lag, we will talk about that on episode 32.
Yes. Can't wait to see you guys on the live ship and have some of Pinewood's brisket. And then he goes on to say, P.S. Can I buy Pinewood a koozie so he can stop begging for one?
I don't know. Beezy, can he?
Nope. He called me and asked, and I said, no, you cannot. I will reject it. It will not be happening.
I will say you can buy me a koozie. You just ship it to me on the sly, bro.
Don't do that, Sean. You lose your pirate hunter
Oh.
status.
All right.
So
Sean,
here's his message.
appreciate that.
How we doing, boys? I know it's been a while. Fucking once I got off that freighter in the Cape Town, South Africa, we hopped on an airplane and parachuted into the Virunga Mountains. We're looking over a troop of about 25 guerrillas as they make their way through some hostile territory where there's a lot of militant groups and poachers and whatnot. So, we once we found some service, we started catching up on the episodes and introduced the troops to the show. Some of the guerrillas do enjoy it quite a bit, so much that we decided to name a couple of the silverbacks after you guys. One Beezy, one Pinewood. They laugh at the show. It's pretty amazing how
Of course they do.
Tentative they listen to you guys. So once we work our way north, we're going to head into lion country and see if we can protect some lions for a while, maybe some other endangered species up that way, and keep you posted on the next portion of our trip. Love you guys. Have a good one.
I do like the fact that our humor is well received by gorillas.
Yes. And being that he hasn't posted in a while, he's in and out of service for so long, I am going to go ahead and let this second voice message play through that he also sent in. So here's his second one.
One more thing, gentlemen. For your everybody has a price question. Basic contract starts at about $10,000, nothing personal. It's going to be quick, painless. The higher profile the client, the higher the price.
Fair.
If you want it to be personal, higher the price.
Uh-huh.
If you want
Yes.
things to be messy, you want to take more time,
Stabby
higher
stab.
the price.
Higher the price.
If I got to do some John Wick shit, yeah, there's going to be at least 6 zeros. No, make that 9 zeros.
9 zeros.
Behind the,
Dang.
The price.
I bet John Wick's
So
cheaper
yeah,
than
somewhere
that.
in the middle. It's right up there with that 25 that Beezy got.
Nice. That's pretty good. And if you're not familiar, all of those are answers to the previous 2 episodes, I believe.
Oh, 2, 3, 4, I think.
Well,
it's somewhere.
It's been a little bit.
Yep. He's caught up.
Yep.
But our next voicemail is coming in from the notorious Austin Snow White Logan.
All right, let's hear it.
Hey guys, it's Austin Snow White. Sorry, there's no birds chirping.
Wait, pause
We're
it, Beezy.
expecting some
Okay,
storms, so
pausing.
Austin,
It
I got you, bro. Are you ready?
Do it.
Play it.
is what it is. So on the movie thing, the best one I can think of is Rob Lowe.
Okay.
St. Elmo's Fire,
Ooh.
West Wing, Parks and Rec.
He did a great job in Parks and Rec.
Yeah, I like his TV stuff better than his movies.
Yeah, I agree. Wholeheartedly.
Did Austin get cut off there?
I think that was the end of it.
Okay.
He may have got cut off. I don't know.
All right.
If you had more,
Yeah, let us know.
yeah, just shoot us another voice message.
Yeah.
We'll get you on the next episode.
And I'll have the birds queued up for you, bro.
Yeah, so you don't even got to worry about it. Birds or not, you've got birds from now on. I love it.
I would prefer you to provide your own birds.
Yeah.
But we got you back. All right, let's do our thank yous for the. Is that all our updates?
That's all the updates right now. We
All
do
right.
want to thank Nicole for supplying our Cinemize question.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. And she's been doing some pretty good banter, making fun of us for our Spanish. And
Good for her.
We enjoy that.
Oh yeah, it's always good fun.
Lots of fun. We enjoy it.
If you're not learning, you're dying.
I'm not sure that's the right quote.
I feel like that's how it should be.
Is it?
I think so.
Well, on that note.
Get into the thanks.
All right, let's thank everybody and let's get out of here.
Well, first off, we want to send a big thanks to our new affiliates.
Yes.
We've got Ballsy,
Yeah.
Bottle Keeper, and the Manly Man Company. All these links will be in the episode descriptions. You can go over there, click those links, get redirected, and buy some cool stuff.
And we'll have some more information on that coming up next episode.
Yes. If you don't find that in the episode description, you're more than welcome to go to our TikTok page and click on it there because we've got those direct links there as well with the promo codes. Ballsy, I believe, is the other one that's FWTG15 for the promo code.
Okay.
And the other two are just the links.
All right.
We want to send a huge thanks to our merch mogul, Danielle, over at Nacelle Boutique. Check out the website, www.fwtgpodcast.com/store. Get some sweet merch, and she's probably going to be cranking out some more stuff. We've had some more great ideas.
Excellent.
We want to send a thanks to the Life Shippers and the Hidden Brethren for
Yes.
allowing us the very first episode of The Hidden Revival, which launched yesterday and is only available to our Patreon subscribers.
That's right.
So if you feel left out, well, you should be. So get over to Patreon, get a subscription, and listen. Finally, we want to do a thanks to the OGs and the newbies.
Yep.
You guys are the lifeblood of the podcast industry, so keep sending those reviews and rates. And let's end it with thanks to our wives.
Yes.
They're allowing us to make this a reality, and they keep putting up with our bullshit. So we
Travel
greatly
and
appreciate you
All that
guys.
stuff. It takes stuff out of them too. So
Yes, it does.
We appreciate it.
And we love yous.
All right. Are we ready to do a little ponder this?
Let's do it.
All right.
Ponder this. After the honeymoon period, marriage is just complaining about a body part, so your spouse can say, "You should go to the doctor." Back and forth until one of you dies.
That's a fair point.
That's very true in my house.
Yeah, and what's funny is early on, the complaints are, spread out more. Mm-hmm, and as you hit that 30, 40 check engine light period, they just becomes a little more frequent, a little more
Yep.
frequent, a little more frequent, and then you die.
Yep,
All right.
I like it.
I like it too. Easy. Number 30 in the books.
Yes.
Dirty 30 is done.
Dirty 30 is Dunskies.
We will see y'all next week right here. Fraternize with these guys. God bless you.
And we love yous. All right, dude. I've got one bone to pick. With all of the beers that we've been doing,
Oh, I thought it was with me.
no, for once it's not with you. Believe it or not. So my bone to pick is with all these brewers. A lot of the new ones that we're getting have zero description on these beers.
On their own website.
On their own websites. Nothing on the websites, nothing on the cans. How are we supposed to review these?
It's baffling.
It is insane. But I just wanted that to be public.
I agree. It is extremely frustrating. You would assume if you make a product, you spend the time, put in the effort, put in the capital, blah, 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 it's making you money. You could sacrifice 20 minutes
Yes.
to give me a paragraph. I'll take 2 sentences
2 sentences.
describing what the beer is, what it's supposed to taste like.
Agreed.
How was that so difficult?
Well, we've had some that have phenomenal descriptions.
That's true. Like books.
Yes.
Books worth of information.
Yes.
Like a
And then
backstory and everything.
It just seems like the last couple have been, oh, Jesus, here you go.
Yep.
Drink the beer. It's
Drink the beer.
Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good. That stuff.
Yeah, figure it out for yourself, losers.
Right? Get a podcast and review it so we know.